everybody, welcome back. It's a Muscatine moment, and really excited to be here with a first-time guest on this show, with someone that I've known for a long time, and I would hate to think about how long it's been because we're both 21 years old, which is great. Katie Lose is here, registrar and curator with the Musser Art Center. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You've got a lot going on. Specifically this Sunday is the Ice Cream Social. And if you're watching this, friends, and you haven't made it, this is one of those events, Katie, it's been going on 50 plus years. My family and I have made it several times over the 14 years that we've been in town. But for those that haven't made it out to the annual Ice Cream Social, what should they expect and why should they come to the Arts Center?
It's our, like you said, it's our annual fundraiser. It's been going on for a very, very long time. We do it usually the Sunday before the 4th of July, and we have live music. There's ice cream, of course, and pies and cookies and desserts for sale. And people can sit outside, enjoy their desserts, and listen to the music. There's also a lot of activities for kids and families. This year we have the addition of a petting zoo, and we have a lot of really cool things that we have that try to keep it really entertaining for everybody. So you just kind of come during that time and, kind of wander about and say hello to everybody and kind of to see what we have inside and outside.
And I would say within, is it 2 or 3 years since you guys have kind of redone some of the outdoor, is it the Japanese garden? I don't want to say it wrong.
The Japanese garden.
Perfect, okay.
Yes.
So for folks watching, if you haven't made it over to the Muscatine Arts Center, there's a lot that has changed. You got that unbelievable statue, which one of the coolest statues in town. So if you haven't made it over, there's going to be a lot that maybe has changed. If you're there frequently, obviously nothing new to you. But I do think that's worth noting that, the lay of the land has changed. I would also say, the event is 1 till 4, as it says on this good looking poster right here. You might want to get there a little earlier-ish just for parking. Look at that catch. Because it does get busy, which is a good problem to have.
It does.
Right?
It gets really busy. We have activities and things spread out all around our grounds and that. And like you mentioned, the Japanese garden. We're going to have some activities down in the garden, and it's just looking very, very beautiful right now.
Good.
It's been newly renovated, so it's a good time for people to come and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this event, so presented by the Friends of the Muscatine Arts Center. Again, for those that are watching that don't know, what is that? I thought I was a friend of that. That's something a little different, right? People can get involved, I'm assuming, though, if they want to, right?
So the Friends group is our fundraising group. They also pay part of the wages, part of my wages, and then also the education coordinator wages. And they help sponsor field trips, and they're just all around. It's kind of our group that does, the fundraising and things like that. So this is their annual big event. They do other events throughout the year, some smaller ones, but this is kind of the big one that we do. So it's really important that we have their support, of course. And anybody can be a member of the Friends. The membership starts at $30 and go up from there. So there's definitely going to be some representatives there if you are interested in becoming a friend.
Yeah, as you should. This event, again, this Sunday, June 28th, it's the Friends of the Muscatine Arts Center Ice Cream Social, 50 years going on, 1 till 4 free admission. So for those that aren't going to come by car, there's certainly those that will walk to the Arts Center on Mulberry. 1314 Mulberry. I don't know if I ever knew what the address was until right now.
1314.
1314. The Arts Center is kind of one of those places that obviously it has an address, but honestly, I don't think I ever knew what it was until looking at this 1314 Mulberry, because I just drive by it so much, right?
Because that's the old house, that's the mansion. So people just kind of look at it and say, "Oh, that's a nice house," but that is us.
It is such an awesome setup too. You can drive, you can walk, but then there's also this family bike ride with the Mellon City Bike Club, and they are meeting at the Harper Pavilion, which is near the Musco Sports Center, right?
Yes.
On Hauser.
Yes.
Okay.
So they meet there, the group meets there, and then they ride to the Art Center, and then participants get a token for free ice cream.
Wow, just for riding your bike. That's good. That's awesome. And we have obviously a lot of bike riders in this town, and, shout out Harper Cycling and Fitness. They've been in business, I think, over 60 years themselves. And it's cool that they have that Harper Pavilion in honor of the late Charlie Harper. So, okay, this event is going to be fun. 1 o'clock, Muscatine Civic Chorales performing 145 Burlington Street Bluegrass Band. I like bluegrass. I haven't seen them. I bet they're going to be fantastic.
This is the first year, I believe, we've had them. I've never heard them before, so I'm pretty excited. I think they have played in the QC area sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to have some new talent there.
Good. And then 3:15, you've got Chris Foss and the Third Floor Jammers. Not to be confused with the Second Floor Jammers. This is the Third Floor Jammers.
Right.
Also going to put on a great show at the Arts Center. Let's talk about the petting zoo. You said that, and I immediately, as someone with young kids, and even if you don't have kids, if you just like animals, petting zoo is a great idea. But some people might not think Art Center, and I want to talk about that a little bit, because I feel like, much like the library, the Art Center has evolved over the years. So when you do things like Ice Cream Social has been going on for a while, you're constantly looking at things to add to your event to make it appealing to everybody. So what was the conversation like for the petting zoo?
That was kind of a surprise to me too. But it's kind of a fun addition. I mean, as you said, you want to try to draw in everybody in the community. So, and a lot of the people who come to the Arts Center are families, kids with young kids, or families with young kids. And so a petting zoo seemed like it was a perfect thing to do. Along with, the coloring stations, and also back this year, the favorite is painting the windows.
Oh.
We're painting the windows again this year.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're excited to have them there. They'll be down in the Cedar Street entrance.
Okay.
There's also something that didn't even make it to the poster. There's going to be the Iowa National Guard. It's going to be bringing one of their vehicles so that kids can look at that and see them. And we'll have sister cities there with some coloring pages and just a lot going on.
40th anniversary of Sister Cities, which is great. Muscatine's got a lot of different sister cities across the globe. People may not be familiar. Definitely a good opportunity to learn about that. And I know they've hosted some events at the Arts Center, which is great. You also just recently had the Wandering Words Poetry Contest, where they recognize the winners with the Muscatine County Arts Council, where they take a poem and sketch it in the concrete. It's really cool. Just a lot happening at 1314 Mulberry at the Muscatine Arts Center. The Muscatine and the Civil War exhibit still going on for how long?
That will be up until May of 2027.
Okay.
We still have plenty of time to see it, although there are some things that I will be switching out periodically. So make sure to come and see what we have there right now. But that's on both floors of the Stanley Gallery.
Nice.
And then in the Musser Mansion, we have 2 new exhibits, James Walker Henry and Rich Ankeny. And they will actually be there at the Ice Cream Social to have a meet and greet. So they'll be kind of milling about amongst their artwork, so people can meet them and ask them about it. And if they're interested in buying, they can even purchase pieces from their exhibit. So it's really fun to have the artists there during that event, because it's a big event and we get a lot of draws. So it's fun to be there and talk to the artists, and not just see it.
Not to put you on the spot, but has there been anything that's on display with the Civil War exhibit that you maybe didn't know Muscatine's connectivity to Civil War? I know the house that I live in was built in 1860, which is during the Civil War. Somebody was like, what we should do? We should build a house. And we've heard rumors of, was there a procedure performed on a soldier in our house? I don't know. It's not haunted, but we have heard that. But is there anything in that Muscatine and the Civil War exhibit that you've just been fascinated by, or you would recommend people? Because when you go to a place like the Muscatine Arts Center, you want to spend time, right? Checking things out. Sometimes that's easier said than done if you got little people, kids in your life. But is there a couple of things that you're like, wow, I didn't know that surprised me?
I think it's just mostly how connected Muscatine soldiers and Muscatine men were to, the significant battles, the ones that you read about in the books and the ones that from the documentaries, the Battle of Vicksburg and things of that nature. So just the fact that somebody from your hometown and, could be somebody that was related to you, that were, in these really important campaigns. So it kind of brings the war, it doesn't make it small, but it kind of brings it kind of home in a way. So it's fascinating to do the research and to really kind of imagine these soldiers, in those battles, those really significant campaigns.
Yeah. When I was in high school, we took a bus trip from, I grew up and went to high school. Shout out Oak Park River Forest High School outside of Chicago. We took a bus trip to Gettysburg, and it was one of the most profound experiences that I've had, even as kind of a knucklehead high schooler. When you get on those battlegrounds, and the tour guide starts to tell you how many people died in the battle at Gettysburg, and it humbles even high school students. And that history is very fascinating, and admittedly, as we're sitting here, I have not personally seen Muscatine in the Civil War at the Art Center. Shame on me. I'll be at the Ice Cream Social Sunday. Yeah. We'll see it then, and I can't wait. And I hope that folks watching stop by and see it, because you've got a long time. You said till May of next year, 2027.
Right, but like I said, I am changing things out. Some things that are too sensitive to stay out on display for over a year. Okay. So there's some things that I will be taking down.
Yeah, that's great. So this is, look, there's a lot going on. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, Katie, it's the summer. So just this week, Spark started at Jefferson, the school district summer program. Musser Art Center is a big part of that. You probably got a lot of students are still coming to you guys and doing stuff where you're people pushing in to the classrooms.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Our new education coordinator, Annette Hovland, this is her first summer with us. So she'll be going to Jefferson to see the Spark kids, and then all of the Spark kids will be doing their, their walk up to see us. Yeah. So they'll be able to go through the Civil War exhibit and play upstairs in our Learn to Look gallery. And it'll be exciting, very busy for sure, but we always love to see those kids every summer. Yeah.
So this is a big event, the annual Ice Cream Social. Is there any part of this, because I know from being there that people are like, I got to get there early because I want to make sure I get this type of pot. Like, people are particular. And again, it's a fundraiser for the Art Center and the Friends of the Art Center. Is there anything that you are super excited about for Sunday? And I know that's a tough question because you'll be doing a lot and it's tough when you're hosting a big event, but anything that's exciting you for Sunday?
I just kind of like to walk around and just talk to people and, say, hey, how's it going? And just really it's exciting to see people come and visit us, even if it's just once a year. But I do really like to go around and talk with everyone. But this year I will be manning the window painting station for the most part. So that is maybe my favorite part is cool. I'll be able to get really messy with the kids. So
it's going to be so much fun. How many years have you been at the Art Center now?
Oh gosh, that's probably since about 2007. I interned there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Good for you. You interned when you were 5.
Right.
You're 25
exactly.
and I'm 26.
Math, yeah.
That's great. So you've seen a lot of change and unbelievable exhibits come through. I think about, what was that one a couple years ago that my kids and I went to like a ton of times? I can't remember.
The Lego.
It was the Lego one.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think, kudos to you guys. You do a great job thinking about what to bring in, and I'm sure that is all planned out long in advance, especially if it's stuff that's moving around the country.
Right, and you have to kind of plan, years in advance. So, our exhibition schedule is planned out till about 2028 right now, which is actually, we could go out further than that, but you do have to plan very far out.
That's fantastic. All right, so I know how to get a hold of the Art Center, but you want to promote website, social media, all of the things for the folks at home that are looking for more info?
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Friends of the Muscatine Art Center also has a Facebook page.
Nice.
MuscatineArtCenter.org is our website that we keep up to date. We've also been working on a very large collections project where we're publishing our collection online.
Wow.
So like a lot of other institutions, bigger institutions, you can go to the website and see their collections.
Okay.
So we have been doing that behind the scenes for well over a year now. We have over 20,000 objects to try to get published. So it'll take a few years, but make sure to go there to see those, and then also get a full schedule of what we're doing and what exhibits are coming up. And yeah.
Where do you keep 20,000 objects, by the way? I mean, I know you've got a good space over there.
We're very strategic of how we can pack things in there.
Wow. And you probably get people that are still like, hey, are you interested in this? This is a bad example. Maybe not. Like, I've got this comic book collection that was my dad's, and it's from the 50s or whatever.
Right.
Like, that probably happens often.
We have people
like,
who walk in quite often, actually, with something. So, yep, everything has to be looked at and processed and things like that. So.
Is there something in the collection, again, not to put you on the spot, but is there something in the collection that you're like, that's the coolest thing that we have in our collection, in your opinion? And it's probably hard when there's 20,000
Well,
items.
yeah, and we're up well above that now, but I don't know that I could really pick one thing. But I do really love our river collection. We have a beautiful collection of paintings and prints from all of the Mississippi River. So from the headwaters to the Gulf. So there's some really beautiful pieces in there. But I also love the Muscatine history stuff too.
Yeah, me too.
Because a lot of the advertising in that, you know, from like the 20s and 30s even, and it's just what businesses put on advertising. It's quite funny sometimes to see. Yeah,
I wonder if there's any MPW stuff that's over there.
I haven't come across MPW just yet.
Okay. Well, if you do, let us know. And as we're sitting in here in the MPW marketing offices, we would love to see if there's any old advertisements, because everything old is new again, right?
That's
like,
true.
who would have ever thought that like 90s jeans would come back? Ooh. They did, right? Like, you know.
Those can stay in the past.
They're making sequels to movies from the 90s. I just saw that there's a teaser for another Blair Witch Project movie, because that's what we need. I'm not saying it won't be good and then I won't go see it, but when those things happen, you just go, are there original ideas out there? Because I don't know. All right, welcome back to Movie Talk, everybody, with Katie. I'm just kidding. All right, so it's the Friends of the Muscatine Arts Center. It's the annual ice cream social coming up this Sunday, June 28th, 1314 Mulberry, 1 till 4 p.m. Free admission. Then you can buy things like ice cream and pies. It's a fundraiser, so make it a double slice of pie. Nobody's going to judge. Calories don't count on Sundays at the Art Center. It's true. If you want to ride your bike, there's a family bike ride with the Mellon City Bike Club. They are meeting at the Harper Pavilion, 1 p.m. near the Musco Sports Center. Then biking to the ice cream social, as Katie said, you get a free token for ice cream for doing that. And you can meet the artists. I didn't realize this, so that's exciting. James Walker Henry and Rich Ankeny will be there. Petting zoo, 1 till 4, live music. Joe Barnard's doing portraits.
Oh yes,
that's cool.
Artist Joe Barnard will be off kind of on a nice shaded spot and doing some portraits, sketching some portraits and painting a little bit. Good.
Well, you have done a fantastic job. Katie's got a lot of media this week, but she started here with a Muscatine moment because we're the best, #1 rated by us. But then you're going to be with Connor at the radio station, and then people need to watch Channel 6 this Friday to look for you live on the 5 and 6 o'clock news?
5 and 6 o'clock news.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
By that point, you'll be like, boom, I'm ready to rock even more.
Maybe I'll change careers. Who knows?
You know what? They might steal you away. I think it's great that Channel 6 is coming to town, and it would be fantastic to get. Obviously, the goal is to make sure everybody in the old 52761 knows that this is going on, but any opportunity that we have, as you know and I know, to get people from out of town to come to Muscatine to check out what we have, including the Musser Art Center, is a good one. And that's why when we get these boats that come down the Mississippi River and they park in Muscatine, they dock in Muscatine, they'll bus them to places like the Art Center, because it is, I don't want to say it's a hidden gem, because we know that you guys are there, but for others that maybe haven't been to Muscatine, they're quite frankly, they're often totally floored.
They usually are, especially the people that are coming from the riverboats. Yeah, they're coming from all over the country, and they're just blown away.
Yeah, they're like, Muscatine's kind of got it going on, which is true. So thanks for doing this. Appreciate it. And we hope to see everybody again this Sunday, June 28th at the Muscatine Arts Center, 1314 Mulberry for the Ice Cream Social. 50 years of an event going on is a long time. It's testament to the good work that has gone on and will continue to. And as Katie said, you know, that Friends of the Muscatine Arts Center, $30, you can become a friend and know that you're supporting all the good things that are going on. And like the library, what I admire about y'all is that you are able to show, here's what we're doing, here's where we're at, here's programs, pushing into schools, you know, reaching out to the community. It is all there. And we hope that it's a full house. And there have been ice cream socials in the past where we've shown up and gone, holy moly. So don't be surprised if you go Sunday and it's busy, because it will be. Yeah. And the weather should be perfect.
Hopefully, yeah.
Well, if we speak it into existence, it'll happen, right? All right. Well, thank you again.
Yeah.
Appreciate the time. Thanks to Nick Musell running the stuff behind the scenes, behind the cameras. And we'll see you back on a Muscatine moment. If you're interested in being a guest on this show, feel free to reach out. Pretty easy to get a hold of myself or anybody here at MPW. And we, you know, split time between doing things at the MCC studios and taping this one at the MPW offices. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. And don't miss the Ice Cream Social, Sunday, June 28th. Bye, everybody. Take care.